Well, we had 2 high wind warnings yesterday. See all that water? Yeah, that wasn't showing water yesterday. Especially after I pushed manure out. Oh, wind and rain all night long. Blew it right in the seam in the roof up there. Little puddle down there. Creeks up. Looks like a foot. Probably over in there. And the wind has finally died down. All freaking night. I've already found a few things that were not where they were. Things that hadn't moved when the wind's been blowing for the last 2 years, really. But it is what it is. One thing I am surprised is there's plastic in the big bale barn. It's kind of out where the wind can catch it. Hasn't took it anywhere yet. Still hasn't. But it's got enough rotten, wet chaff on it to hold it down. That bucket wasn't there. The tub was, but in a different position. Ladder wasn't laying over. Well, little things so far. And looking at Ruby in the camera this morning, looked like she'd done a little feet shuffling, but now she's up with her head in the feeder. So who knows? I then kind of thought maybe we'd see a calf out of her by this morning, but I don't know. They've all been so good at holding on to them. Well, there's a feed pan full of water. That was on there to keep the dogs from catching that, but yesterday in the wind, it got blown off. Believe it or not, the wind does that. Even so close to the barn where it's protected. So, good morning, Ruby. Good morning, Ruby. You get the camera out of my face. I don't want the camera in my face. Okay. No camera in your face. Anyway. It's Monday. Let's see how it goes. Okay, there it is so far. The tinkles started. I mean, it was literally just sprinkling at like 7 o'clock last night. And that gauge was empty. It didn't start raining for another hour after that. And that's not even 12 hours. It's only about 10 hours and we got an inch and a half. Yeah. Would it be nice to have some seed in the ground? Yeah. But with a lot of the hills we've got, the rain last night would have took half of it out. Took it to the bottom of the hill. I was actually headed out of the barn to go close up the feed barn, and I could hear him in here. So I snuck back in. Oh, there. Some zoomies that I haven't gotten for a while. And they like to meet each other through the gate. That's a good thing. Because, you know, they're going to get all mixed up together when they go out. At least they'll have a clue who their friends are, right? But this group was really going at it until I got up here. Oh well. Yeah, a little boomer walking through. You just fix the spot. This one's mine. When you're that big, nobody's going to argue with you. So, oh well. Oh, and by the way, the sun's shining at the moment. Wind's still blowing. Not as bad. But it's still blowing. And it's still supposed to be 100% chance of rain today. But, you know, 100% chance we've already gotten it from midnight until 7 o'clock. And yesterday was 100% chance of rain too. Oh yeah, okay, well we got it from like, 7, 8 o'clock last night to midnight, so there you go. And then there's Ruby. She kind of messed up her bed last night. Like maybe she couldn't get up or something, I don't know. I saw it on the camera this morning that she had it messed up and she was still laying there. What? And when I got down here, she was standing here waiting to get fed, so. Oh well. It ain't raining. I'm going to go out and shut some gates. All that hard work I did yesterday. This looks more like they've been in here for 2 or 3 days. They pretty much stayed around that feeder. All the way around that one's pretty bad. Not too bad over here. They drug a little out, but they do that. Wasting a whole lot less out of these feeders than they have out of other feeders that we've had. And only a couple of them were working on this one down here. Kind of surprised. But they're funny the way they go after hay. And we're back into, well, it was our carryover from last year. Well, year before. So this is 2-year-old hay. And it came from right out there. So it's all the same. Yet they'll attack 1 bale or 2 bales and not do much to the other. It'd be one, or 2 bales right out of the baler at the same time, one right behind the other, and one of them they'll go for. And yeah, frickin' mess. You don't know how many times we've tried to seal that up there. It's because there's like 1.5 inches difference. And the reason the difference is there is because this Corvée is all on with ring shank nails, and there was very little overhang. So we figured, okay, we'll just tuck underneath it and seal it. Yeah, it didn't work. And had an outfit that was supposed to come and slip Corvée up underneath to the second purlin, and then run it out over the top of the other. And yeah, that never happened. He wanted a pile of old 1x6s I had, old rough cut barn boards, and I told him, get a couple guys out here for a day. And at the time I still had a bunch of Corvée. And yeah, haven't heard from him, haven't seen him. That's been when we finished the roof on the main barn. It's been a few years ago now. Oh well, hey, and he's a buddy of my brother-in-law's. What can I say? Although usually the guys that he has do stuff for him on jobs, they're usually pretty on it. He just didn't. I understand. I mean, the guy, he was getting in over his head with jobs, but would have been nice to have had that fixed. Well, she just took the splints off again. And, of course, calf turns. They are way, way, way better. She's standing up on them a lot better. Not quite up where I'd like to see. So I think what we're going to do is probably give her a little time, a couple hours. Yeah. Not a long time, just a little to relax without them on. And then I'll go back on for another day or two, and she'll just be stuck in here for another day or two. I'll let her go till after lunch, putting them back on. And I don't know if you can hear it or not. You can see yeah, my eyes full of shit. That's just moving the whole wall. Just been doing this crap. Well, they did it all night. And we actually had a couple hours this morning. It calmed down and the sun came out. Then it blew a little bit and rained again. And now it's just flat out nasty again with the wind. Blown a few more things out since this morning. There's 3 or 4 buckets that are nowhere near where they used to be. And Yeah, you know, even these ladies who all spent most of the day standing out in the cow lot yesterday, they said, screw it, they're all in here. I don't blame them. I don't want to go out there either. It's just not nice. So, kind of hard to get too much done when you can't really stand up out there. I don't know what, they'll probably say, oh, we had 30 or 40 mile an hour winds. I know it's a whole lot more than that. The gusts have been like 60 or 80. 60 to 80 gets to shaking the trailer pretty good. And, yeah, it shook most of the night. It shook while I was in for lunch too. And with all the wind we've had lately, we haven't had a whole lot of fir boughs on the ground. Well, they are now. Oh well. And I blew it. Ben actually stopped by this morning. They got rained out hauling logs, so he got one load out this morning, took it up into Washington, and on his way back, they said, no, you're done for the day. There's no way you're going to get the truck back up to the landing. So he came out for a little bit and visited. Should have put him to work, but, you know. I was a little small tree down there. I just watched the big branch come out of it. One in the middle of the screen. Yeah. Clear across the creek. Made a nice splash too. That's the shit it's been doing all day off and on. That tarp underneath that barrel was over beside that, actually in front of that pickup. Brought it around here earlier. So I'm calling it a day, and I'm going to go in because this is just freaking nasty. So hey, thanks for watching. The wind warning's over at like 8 o'clock tonight. We'll see how that goes, because every time they put an end to it, 5 minutes after it's over, they throw up another one. Well. It's about 15 minutes later. 10 minutes ago or so, both lines went down. I don't know where, but we ain't got no power. Generator's running, but it don't run out here. It just runs the house and the trailer and the back barn and the well. So I just shut hydrants off down here because we can't run the house, the trailer, and the well at the same time, unfortunately. Maybe the next generator will be bigger. And the sun came out. And the weathercaster said we only had 15 to 25 mile an hour gusts. If that's the case, why is 3/4 of the county out of power? And there's some pretty good sized trees that got knocked down in town. And I've been hearing stuff off and on all day. I just don't know where it's been coming from. So anyway, at least we're not going to be in the dark. I can upload your video for you. You'll see how the day went.